Hello friends, welcome to yet another captivating video of Wisdom Zone. This is Shubro, and friends, I'm quite sure you have already guessed it that today's video is for all the IELTS aspirants who want to do well in IELTS and score a good band. So in today's video, I'm gonna discuss things to avoid in IELTS speaking so that you can score a very good band. It is my earnest request to all the IELTS aspirants, please watch this video carefully to get a good score in IELTS speaking. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, please do not wait and immediately go ahead and subscribe to Wisdom Zone and hit the bell icon to get the first notification. So without wasting any more time, let's get started. So friends, welcome back once again to this fascinating video, and as I have promised, in today's video I'm gonna give you some extremely important suggestions, and I'm gonna tell you things to avoid in IELTS speaking to score well and how you can get band 8 in speaking. So before I go ahead, let me quickly remind all the viewers that I have provided some more important videos on IELTS format, IELTS speaking assessment criteria, and IELTS vocabulary in the description. So if you haven't checked those videos yet, please do not forget to check the links given in the description, and I'm quite sure they are going to help you immensely in your IELTS preparation. So without further ado, let's get started with today's video. So friends, as I have promised, in today's video I'm gonna give you some important tips. I'll tell you things to avoid in IELTS speaking test to score well. And let me tell you, I have been training IELTS aspirants for more than a decade, and I'm delighted to let you know that the students I have trained over a period of time, all of them have achieved more than 7 in IELTS. And to be very honest and frank, I don't remember any student who scored less than 7 band. And the suggestions I'm gonna discuss today, these are quite important, so follow the video carefully. So without further ado, let's get started with today's discussion. So friends, as I have promised, today I'm gonna focus more on IELTS speaking, and I'll discuss the things to avoid in IELTS speaking test so that you can get band 8. So let me assure you, if you avoid all these things, you can easily get a good band. You can get band 8 also. So let's get started with the first thing which you need to focus, and you need to focus on your rate of speech. That means you need to maintain your rate of speech. So let me give you a brief idea. So as you see on your screen, rate of speech. So rate of speech is simply the speed at which you speak, and it is calculated in the number of words one can speak in a minute, that is words per minute, and it is counted. So let me tell you that it's very important to maintain a decent rate of speech. So let me elaborate on this. You need to maintain a steady rate of speech, and you have to be consistent with that. That means you cannot be too slow, and after some time you cannot go very fast. So this is called inconsistency. So if you are inconsistent in your rate of speech, then that might affect your progress. So please try to maintain your rate of speech. Don't suddenly go very slow, and after some time don't go very fast. So try to maintain a steady rate of speech. An ideal rate of speech, especially in IELTS speaking test, would be somewhere between 130 to 150. It can vary slightly depending upon the part. So again, let me clarify. Suppose you are answering questions in the first part. There you are going to get direct questions, short questions. You have to be quick, so you can go a bit fast here. But when it comes to part 2, you have to slow it down further. You cannot be as fast as you were in part 1. You need to slow it down. You have to make your speech interactive, because you will be answering the task card or the cue card. So here you have to speak for 1 minute. Obviously you need to maintain a very steady rate of speech, so that the interviewer doesn't get that impression that you're looking for the words or searching for the words. But you need to maintain that steady pace in part 2. So I'm quite sure it's clear why it's important to maintain your rate of speech, and you can slightly change in part 1, slightly become faster, as I already mentioned, because you are going to get direct questions and short questions. You have to answer them precisely and quickly. So there you can go a bit fast, but ensure that when you are in part 2, you slightly slow it down, but do not become very slow, and do not give that impression you are unable to recall the words or recall the phrases. So I'm quite sure it's clear. So rate of speech is very important. So up next, I'm going to discuss the second important thing you should avoid don't deviate. So you must be wondering what exactly it means. Don't deviate means don't deviate from the questions the interviewer is asking. Suppose the interviewer is asking you a question related to your hometown. So try to speak about your hometown. Don't deviate from that. Don't start speaking about something else. Suppose the interviewer has given you a topic, a cue card topic. Try to speak on that topic precisely. Don't deviate from it. And there is a term that is called out of context. So don't be out of context. Be in context of what the person is asking. So I'm quite sure it's clear. So you should not deviate. Don't deviate from the questions. Don't deviate from the topics. Try to always be in context and don't go out of context. So let's turn our attention to the third important thing you should avoid, that is, you should avoid stammering. For those who are not aware what exactly it is, let me clarify. Stammering means to speak with unusual pauses or repeated sounds. So that's called stammering. So it's a very bad practice. Some people may have some speech issues, for that stammering may happen, but people who are not having any speech issues, for them stammering can create a problem, especially if you are stammering because of nervousness and you are not sure, you're uncertain, then obviously it's going to affect your performance and it's going to affect your overall score. So ensure that you shouldn't stammer. So you must be wondering how to avoid. At times it happens, and when you become nervous it commonly happens. It's very easy. You need to practice. You can follow a simple formula, that is breathe, think and speak. So just follow this formula and don't try to go very fast or don't try to become very excited while speaking, and keep it in your mind. Through practice you can easily overcome this, and if you are conscious, definitely you can overcome this problem of stammering. So avoid stammering, practice more and more, and do not stammer during the interview. Up next we are going to focus on the fourth important point you have to focus is to avoid repetition. So you must be wondering what sort of repetition I'm talking about. Repetition here means repetition of vocabulary, expressions, phrases, idioms, whatever you're using. You should not keep on using the same phrase, same vocabulary, same expression, same idiom again and again. It is easier said than done, but you have to do that to score well, because that's the way you show that you have a wide range of vocabulary or expression. So you can paraphrase. So the best way to do it is to use synonyms. So let me give you an example. Suppose you want to use the word hardworking. The word which is given is industrious. It means hardworking. So first you can use this word industrious, and next time when you have to use a similar meaning, so next time do not use industrious. Next time you use the word diligent. So again here you are not repeating industrious, and again suppose you have to use it later on, then third time again you introduce a new word having the similar meaning, that is assiduous. So like this way you can avoid repetition by using synonyms, and you will find so many important videos in the description related to advanced vocabulary and synonyms, so please check them. So try to avoid repetition of vocabulary expressions and use synonyms. Replace with synonyms, use synonyms, as I have already mentioned how you can use synonyms. Instead of saying hardworking, you can say industrious, and next time you can say diligent, and after some time again you have to use the same meaning, then you use assiduous. So like this way you avoid repetition. So it's going to help you immensely to score well, because it's going to show that you have a full range. So up next I'm gonna go ahead and discuss this important thing which you should avoid, which is on your screen. Avoid jargons, which is very important. You must be wondering what exactly it is. So let me tell you, jargons are special words or phrases that are normally used by a particular group of people in a particular profession. So you shouldn't use specific words that you may know. Maybe you are from a particular field or particular occupation, you know that particular word. You cannot expect the interviewer would know the same. So try to avoid jargons, and try to avoid unfamiliar words which are irrelevant, which are not going to give you any kind of advantage, or which are meaningless. As I already mentioned, you have to be in context of that particular topic, and related to that you need to use advanced words, but do not use jargons or unfamiliar words which are irrelevant. So I'm quite sure it's clear. And the last thing you should avoid, as you see on your screen, so the last thing which I'm going to discuss, you have to seriously focus, is you have to avoid negative body language. So again, this is a very important thing. Your body language is very important. In any interview, your body language plays a significant role. So here also in IELTS speaking, you need to have a positive body language. You need to avoid your negative body language. As you know, that poor stance, slouching, avoiding eye contact, these are some examples of bad body language or negative body language. So try to avoid all these things. Try to be positive. Try to carry yourself in a positive way. Try to maintain a good eye contact with the interviewer. You have to sit straight. Don't slouch, and try to speak professionally and in a confident manner. So avoid negative body language. Any kind of negativity is going to affect your performance, and negative body language is going to send a wrong message, and that's going to affect your overall score. So I'm quite sure you have understood. Maybe no one has discussed all these important points, but since I have been training aspirants, and as I already mentioned, they have successfully scored well in all the IELTS examination. And when it comes to speaking, all these things are very important. You need to avoid the things which I mentioned and incorporate the things I have said you should. So I'm quite sure after watching this video, you will be able to avoid all the negative things which I mentioned. And if you follow all the tips and avoid all these things, you can easily score band 8. So I'm quite sure you have also liked this video like my other videos. So it is my earnest request to all of you, please practice and follow the tips I have given. And if you want more videos on IELTS, do not forget to subscribe to Wisdom Zone and hit the bell icon. So stay tuned for further informative videos, friends, and do not forget to like, share, comment and subscribe to Wisdom Zone.